everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. We just wrapped up the RBC Canadian Open not too long ago on the old PGA circuit. So in the weekend, the opening weekend of the LIV Tour, right, that everyone is shitting their pants about. If you're Brandel Chambly, you think the world is going to end now. And that Dustin Johnson essentially deserves the death sentence. They had potentially one of the best outcomes they could have had, right? I mean,
who, the LIV?
No, the PGA.
Oh, the PGA, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It couldn't have been any better. Yeah. Having Roars, JT, Finau was in the final group. That's fine, even though he doesn't win. And then Rose on 59 watch, which nice going. Fucking both
58 watch. 58 watch, and he blew the approach shot like 15 feet over the back of the green.
Yeah. So you had a 59 watch. You had JT trying to run down Roars. Burns was up there. Finau's up there. So for the PGA Tour, it was the best case. This is the best way that the tournament could have went.
Yeah.
And also, if that's what it's going to take, if it's going to take these guys to actually fucking like buckle down and fucking do this shit, like, let's fucking go then.
Yeah.
And that's why like we borderline like almost literally have the Monday Night Wars, where it's like you got WWE, you got WCW, and eventually both are going to have to change and adapt. Like, they're not going to be able to both survive separately. I don't think. I just don't see how. So may as well, like, again, if your top guys are going to fucking play, like, the worst thing that could have fucking happened is you had
Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, like Wyndham Clark with Garrick Higo, and like, not like, so Wyndham Clark's at least American, but like no one knows who the fuck he is. And it's like, if you had and someone was up 6, like,
yeah,
like going into the final round, it's like, oh, cool, this is awful.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I struggle to use the word lackluster, but it was like a very touch of lackluster in the finish, right? Because it was neck and neck the whole time. Like, JT was fighting back, Rory played really well, Finau was hanging around, and then on 17, JT bogeyed and Rory made a birdie.
Yeah, didn't he stuff a putt though? I'm sorry, stuff a wedge on the 17th hole.
Who?
Roars.
Yeah, he put it
absolutely
tight.
Stuffed it in there for a 2-shot swing, and then it made 18.
That's what I mean. So then the 18th hole, and then JT went 4 right, and then Rory piped one right down the middle of the fairway, and then truthfully after that,
he birdied that hole too.
I walked away. I didn't watch the end.
Dude, I think he stuffed wedges back to back to like 5 feet.
Yeah. So I mean, good for him, right? But like I'm saying, I would give that a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10, right? As far as like,
fine. Yes. I was gonna say, if you're gonna call it like a 7, I was gonna fucking yell at you.
No. I'm just saying, like, if it came down to the 18th hole, that's when it's like it all comes down to the last shot. But it was decided
on 17.
I would listen to an argument that said it was the nail was in the coffin on the tee shot on 18. Like I said, when JT went 4 right and Rory piped it straight down the middle, like I said, I got up and walked away, and I started like finishing making dinner and everything, and I was like, I don't need to see this. Rory just won. So I didn't watch the last however many shots, but I saw the tee shots on 18, and that was it. That was enough for me. But it was great, right? You have Rory Mcilroy, who's arguably one of, if not the biggest name on tour behind Tiger, obviously. Like, whenever anyone says that, it's always except for Tiger, right? Outside of Tiger Woods. The guy played one tournament last year, or 2 tournaments, and won like the TIP or whatever, the PIP.
He didn't hit a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. He won the number one player impact, and he fucking didn't even hit a shot. So it's always like outside of Tiger, right? So I would say Rory's probably the biggest name outside of Tiger, right? I mean, now that DJ's gone,
and he's the head
Scheffler.
of.
Scheffler certainly has the potential, but he's young and he just started winning this year.
No, because the other thing too is like Rory actually like gives the media some decent clips and interviews and answers and stuff. Like he even threw a dig at DJ today.
Yep.
Post round.
I thought it was Greg Norman.
How many career wins does DJ have? I thought it was because DJ has 20 and Rory's just won his 21st.
Greg Norman also had 20.
Oh.
Because I saw on Twitter that everyone said, at least according to Twitter, it was a shot against Greg Norman.
Oh, it is. DJ has 24.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would think Rory's probably the next guy, right? And then probably JT. And then
no, Rahm's bigger than maybe not because he's American. He's not American.
Yeah. I mean, Rahm's
a better player. Rahm's the best player on tour.
Yeah. I mean, if we go again, if you put Rory at number one or whatever, if you put Rory at number two, and you want to round out like the top six, right? It's Rory, and Rory is the de facto like the leader, and then it's in any order really doesn't matter. Would be like JT,
Spieth,
Rahm, Spieth, and then
below that you have like Morikawa.
You could make an argument for Koepka, but he's had a really down year this year.
Yeah, he's been almost invisible.
So Koepka through 2021 was without a doubt, right? But Koepka until right now, since he switched to Srixon, since he became a Srixon athlete, his game has completely fucking fallen off. But shout out to Ian McMillan, friend of the show. I saw a tweet he made like months ago that said like, because he's a big proponent of making everything standard across the board in golf, right? Like make a tour ball, like everyone has to use the same ball and everyone has to use like that shit, because I don't think he goes as far as the same clubs, but I think he's pretty vocal about a tour ball. Because in his tweet, I'll never forget this. He was like, you got to imagine the guys that are playing Srixon probably fucking hate themselves because they're not playing Titleist. like the difference between a Srixon ball and a Titleist ball, like to jackasses like us, like probably might not be a huge difference, but like to a professional, like that's got to be a huge difference. And now here we are in Brooks Koepka's first year as a Srixon athlete, and he's been a fucking ghost all year. So truthfully, I mean, he uses Srixon clubs. I don't know if he also plays the ball.
I don't know if he's got a.
But he switched from Mizuno to Srixon this year, and
well, he didn't. So he hasn't had an equipment contract since Nike,
right?
And he was playing TaylorMade woods, Mizuno irons, Vokey wedges, and Scotty Cameron putter.
Yeah,
with I assume a Titleist ball. Yeah, I mean, he's also been hurt a little bit. I don't know with him.
Yeah.
I have no clue. He's like 35-1 too for the US Open. It almost makes you want to take him. Because that's a big number.
Yeah.
But he's not making like he's just not scoring well this year. So
yeah. So I mean, then like you said, you can toss a Morikawa in there.
Yeah, and it's like Morikawa, Burns, Scheffler, like they're all kind of like
the B level.
Yeah, it's almost like if
or
Roars
like 1B,
one,
right?
and then
if
the
they're
other
1A, 1B kind of thing.
Yeah, if Roars is 1 and then the other 3 were like 1A, these guys would be 2, but that's because they're not like there's nothing interesting about Scotty Scheffler.
No, you could throw Cam Smith on that list too.
Oh God. Did I take him? I did take him for the US Open.
Cam Smith is the Australian Louis Oosthuizen.
I have the all underperforming, like sounds like a good bet, but will definitely underperform card going.
Yeah.
Cam Smith, Xander Schauffele, Burns, and Cantlay.
Yeah.
It all sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
none of them fucking ever pull it off. None of
No.
them ever fucking do.
For whatever reason, Cantlay just kind of turns into a puddle. And when it comes to the majors,
Yeah, he doesn't play the majors well. Cam Smith just doesn't close them out.
yeah,
Schauffele is a top 10 machine, and that's it.
that's all you're gonna get. Yeah.
And
he'll shoot a 63 on Sunday to finish 3 shots off the lead.
yeah. Or he'll have the lead and fucking blow it into the water on 16 at Augusta like a fucking asshole to the easiest fucking pin on that fucking golf course.
Yep.
Fucking just throw it at the middle. The fucking green does the work for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a fucking asshole. And then Burns, we don't really know yet. Because he's still young and he's won 3 times this year. And
he's like a Scheffler.
He won once last year. So it's like him and Scheffler, they're both really good players.
Yeah.
They just started winning though. So I don't know what they are or how they play or anything like that.
Right. Right.
I feel like Burns also lost a playoff. Maybe he ended up winning that playoff. I don't really remember.
No, he won. He beat JT in the playoff, didn't he? Oh no, Scheffler. He beat Scheffler. He beat Scheffler in a playoff.
Oh,
like
his most recent
his most recent win. He beat Scheffler because that was
Texas?
my cigar game.
No, your cigar game was the PGA with JT and Zalatoris.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I forget. No, I think they in Texas they went to a playoff. I feel like
because I remember I texted you and Jones and I was like, is Scotty Scheffler really gonna win for a 6th fucking time already? And then he lost the playoff to Sam Burns.
Kiss of death.
Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Oh, last year Burns lost in a playoff.
Okay.
He's won 2 this year. He beat Davis Riley at the Valspar.
Okay. Also, 2 of his 3 wins have been playoff wins.
2 of 4.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they were both this year.
Did he win like a goofy season?
Yeah, he won the Sanderson Farms last year.
Okay.
So he's got Valspar, Sanderson, Valspar, and then the Charles Schwab at Colonial.
Yeah. So not bad, right? And then you got the LIV Tour that
I watched a bunch of that.
I admittedly did not because I was only able to watch it on my phone. So in total, I probably watched a combined 3 minutes of it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit because I wasn't doing anything else. Yeah, I mean the golf is fine. Something that's cool is since it's a shotgun, if it starts at 9 a.m., you pretty much know it's over by 2.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Other than that, it's the same thing. Just yeah, in terms of the product, like I don't know what people want.
Yeah. You get Charles Schwartzel.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's like, so I know like the big names are only DJ,
Phil.
Yeah, but Phil's not playing well. Taylor Gooch isn't that good. Like
Patrick Reed.
He wasn't there.
Was Bryson there?
No. So, it's like it was effectively a European tour event.
Yeah.
And that's why you get that. But yeah, the media still seems pissy about the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know what to.
I saw the one thing. I forget his name.
Henny Duplessis.
Yeah, Henny Duplessis, who came in dead last.
No, he finished second. So dead last was Andy Ogletree.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Whatever it was, I saw there was a tweet, and now you got me second guessing, but I saw a tweet somewhere that like one of those guys, wherever they finished, would have been paid like the same amount of money for like a top 10 finish.
So last place is 120K.
Yeah.
So Andy Ogletree shot 24 over and got 120K.
Yeah.
Like he barely broke 80. So that would be, it'd probably be 10th place money, something like that.
Yeah. So that's
like
what
a
it was.
regular event.
He came in dead last on the LIV Tour and won like roughly the same amount of money as the person who came in 10th this week.
Yeah, so it's something like that. And then so Henny Duplessis,
Yeah.
South African, finished second. Career earnings up to this point, $700,000. His earnings this week, about $3 million.
Yeah.
So in 7 years, he won 700,000, and then in 1 week, won about three, just under three.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's blood money, though. He should be ashamed.
Well, let's see. Now that's the thing is where if I wanted to get people to talking in circles, I definitely could, because he's the perfect example where he doesn't have status anywhere.
Right.
He doesn't have European Tour status. He doesn't have PGA status or Korn Ferry status. Yeah. He has Sunshine Tour status.
Sick.
Sunshine Tour. It's like
I've never even heard.
I thought the Sunshine Tour was like Australia, New Zealand. Maybe it's South Africa too. I don't really know.
Yeah.
That was his status. Sunshine Tour.
That's like single A.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's not just saying it's low A. It's like the low A.
And when he wasn't playing Sunshine Tour, he was in the minor leagues for the European Tour on the Challenge Tour. Like, that's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
So for someone like him, like that's literally life-changing. What happened to him this week?
Yeah. Yeah. So what is that? That's 3 divided by what? 7. Well, so you had 700,000, right? So
yeah, his career earnings at this point. I think he turned pro in 2015.
3 million divided by 700,000. That's a 4.25. It's like 4.28. So let's call it 4.3 times what he made his entire career to this point. He made this weekend. Like, that's wild. Like if someone came to me and was like, you can work 1 weekend and make, we'll round down for sake, like and they say you can make 4 times what you've earned in your entire career also of all your jobs over the last 7 years. You can make 4 times that if you just work for me like this 1 weekend. I'd be like, yeah, where do I sign up? Like, I would work 36 hours straight, right? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know how much money I've made in the last 7 years, but whatever it is, you multiply that by 4, and all I have to do is work 1 weekend. Yeah. I'm taking it.
Yep. So, again, until the PGA Tour changes how they operate, I will not oppose the LIV Tour one bit. You will not see me you won't see me oppose it again until something drastically changes with the PGA Tour.
Right.
And again, I think I think all the takes are extremely hypocritical, but let's not beat around the bush here. Like, there are dudes who don't have an opportunity to do their job.
Yeah.
So let's not fucking forget that. And one of those guys just finished second.
Yeah.
You're gonna cash in on the team event because it was him and Schwartzel.
Yeah, so he won.
It was he won like 2.1 on his own, and then like another 750.
Yeah, for the team. I did see that on the leaderboard. Whatever team they were, it was like
they were like 6 up.
Yeah, there was no, but there was like 3 or 4 of them in like the top 8.
Yeah. So I think they had Brandon Grace. It was all South African guys.
Yeah.
So Brandon Grace finished like 6th or something.
Yeah. What do you think about like the redrafting in every event?
I think the team, I do think the team thing is dumb.
I do too. I think the way it's currently constituted is dumb, right? Like if you have like your stupid fucking fantasy draft or whatever, keep that team for the entire season, right? There's only 8 events.
Yeah.
So like make it something like you win extra at the end of the season, make it like team points, you know, like whatever it is, right?
But I think there's going to be some of that by the 8th event. But the problem is it's not like there's 54 guys on this tour and that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, like Patrick Reed and Bryson are coming next week. So now 2 guys are out. Like,
right.
You can't. So this is the weird thing with the teams is that if you're not going to have the same field for all 8 events, then you can't have the same teams for all 8 events. So you almost like can't have the teams because,
yeah,
you know, if I like, and again, some of these guys are like low level guys. So like now my question is like, so when Bryson and Patrick Reed come over, are they captains? Because like that's the caliber player that they would be.
Right.
So it's like, is Martin Keimer not going to be captain of that team anymore? Like, or Wade Ormsby, is he like not going to be a captain because he's a lesser name? Like, I don't know. Like, how the fuck does that work now?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know either.
Since those 2 weren't in the first event, they're not captains. Like, does DJ get to pick one of them up?
Maybe.
So now it's like DJ and Bryson. I don't know. So the team thing, I think there's a lot of kinks to work out with the team thing.
Yeah.
I like the idea of how the team thing was gonna work. Because it's very similar to the NCAA, where NCAA, you send 5 people out and 4 scores count. So if 2 people are throwing up a high number, one of them is going to count. So you got to like kind of keep playing.
Right.
And I think that's what it was supposed to be. I think it was 2 out of 3 or something, 2 out of 4. I don't even know. So I don't mind that, but like, why would I root for DJ's team if the roster is going to keep changing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and then like, is DJ always going to be on the same team?
I mean, that's the thing. He's a captain, so I would assume so. But I don't even know if I can pull up the teams, I might be able to use some like better examples. But
they're also like really bad names.
Yeah, it's
like the
dumb.
names of the teams are really bad.
Yeah, I mean, if I can pull up this really quick, hopefully this actually has the teams. Yeah, aces, cliques, crushers, fireballs, high flyers, ironheads, whatever. And actually, you know what? I think the names were brought up. It looks like the names came out first before the actual like draft. So like they decided someone was going to be the aces before DJ even got that team. So okay, so let's use DJ's team. So the 4 aces golf club was DJ, Sean Norris, Oliver Becker, Kevin Yon. So if Kevin Yon doesn't get into this next event because now some bigger players are coming over, does DJ get Patrick Reed now? Like, and then the rest of the teams, are they going to stay this way, or is it going to redraft every week? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm interested.
I don't know. I do like though again, I like the shotgun start. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I like that. It's over with.
Yep.
Feels quick, tidy, whatever.
So that's the other thing, right? Too, that obviously golf Twitter and golf media are a bunch of fucking just assholes, right? They're like, oh yeah, have fun with your shotgun start. Why would I want to watch a shotgun start? Like, what the fuck do you have against a shotgun start? You know what I mean? Like they were shitting on the league just because of that, just based off of that.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems. Okay, so like I think his name's Kyle Porter.
Yeah.
He writes for CBS and he covers golf. And he had tweeted out, he goes, oh, in one event, Charles Schwartzel just won 4.75 million, whatever. In a no cut, whatever, blah, 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 blah. This is not good for golf. And I'm just like, how?
Yeah.
Like, what part of that is not good for? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. How is that not good? I think I saw that same tweet.
And it's again, like you don't have to like. See, this is the thing I don't fucking get. Listen, you don't have to like it. I understand that you get paid for PGA Tour golf. I get it. Like CBS has a deal with the PGA Tour, so anything that threatens the PGA Tour is a threat to your livelihood. I get it.
Yeah,
I understand. You don't have to like it. But they keep throwing around this not good for golf, or like a dividing golf is not good, and I just don't fucking get how. How is it not fucking good?
Yeah, please explain to me.
And it's like, oh, because the best players are leaving the PGA Tour. It's like, well, maybe there's something wrong with the fucking PGA Tour then.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know there fucking is. And it's like, again, you don't have to fucking like it. And like, again, the morality thing with Saudi Arabia, fine. I think most people are being hypocritical about that. And they don't like that. They don't like that it is, the sports washing thing and they're trying to improve their public image, whatever. But like, if you work for NBC and you cover golf, what is the fucking Olympics?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. So I don't know. Again, it's just crazy. And I can't do this. Like the people that are like, they just seem sad. Like golf media seems like sad that they're covering what might be, it's not because it's not inferior, but it's like you're covering the one, like the old thing that, you might be nervous that isn't doing things right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't follow it.
And then people are just bitchy, right? So I literally just opened Twitter and I saw Byung-Hun An.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Byung-Hyun Kim, former pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, he won a USAM.
Yeah, so he just tweeted and goes, okay, so why do some of the LIV Tour players want to come back to the PGA Tour if their tour is so innovative and awesome? So what he's alluding to is the LIV Tour guys that are going to play at the US Open next weekend, however you want to say it. To which I say, dude, go fuck yourself. Like, what do you mean? Like, they're not trying to come back to the PGA Tour. Like, they're coming to play in a major. Like, the LIV Tour literally is 3 days old. Like, there's no majors. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, oh, why are they, if their tour is so great, why are they trying to come back to the PGA? They're not. They don't want to come back to the PGA.
Ben should be convincing those people to not fucking come back, so that he can fucking actually probably get back to the PGA Tour. Because he's on the Corn Ferry right now.
Yeah.
And he's a former PGA player. I think he may have won an event. Not really sure. But he should be shutting his mouth, because if these guys stay over there, that gives him more opportunity to play.
Right.
So what's the issue?
Yeah.
You should be excited that they're gone.
That's what I mean, though. Like, just what a bitch. Like, what a bitch mentality and like a bitch attitude. Oh, I thought your tour was so much better. Why are you coming over here? Because it's the US. Because it's the US fucking Open.
It's not, and that's not a PGA Tour event. I think we're all clear on that. It's not PGA Tour. That's a USGA event.
It's USGA.
Which he should know, because he's won one of those, and he's on the Corn Ferry. So I don't think I really need to take the opinion of a Corn Ferry guy about what should happen on the PGA.
Yeah.
How about, now we'll probably get his card for next year. So in which case, fine. So I'll listen to you in September when you are a PGA Tour member. but something tells me he's probably just mad he didn't get the invite.
Yeah.
But Peter Uline did.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's just people people being fucking stupid and bitchy, right? They're just bitching to be bitches. So
I'm a fucking bitch.
fuck them. What else we got going on over here? Oh, you know what? I watched the Norm Macdonald special, the Nothing special.
That came out.
Yeah. And I said that I'm on record, right? I said this, that I don't know what it's going to be, so I hope people don't shit on it. So I'll give you the rundown of what it actually is, right? So what had happened was in the middle of COVID. So Norm Macdonald, for anyone that doesn't know, is one of the greatest comedians ever. And he died in November, this past November, right? In 2021-ish, roughly, from leukemia. He didn't tell anybody that he had leukemia. He got diagnosed in like 2011 and kept it a secret for a long time. And so in 2020, in the height of COVID, he had to go to the hospital for a procedure, to get some procedure done. And he was nervous that he wasn't going to make it after that procedure. Like, I guess it was really risky or whatever. So he was like, well, there's a solid chance that I die tomorrow. So what he did was he essentially hopped on a Zoom call with, I don't know, maybe his agent. So at the very beginning of it, you can hear he's talking to a woman. So it's essentially a solo podcast, right? It's kind of like what Bill Burr does with what is it, Monday Morning Quarterback or whatever, like whatever his Monday morning podcast, whatever his solo podcast is. So it's literally just a video of Norm Macdonald sitting in his house, holding a microphone on a Zoom call, telling jokes. And it's interesting, right? Because obviously there's no audience, so there's no laughter, and he'll like say a joke and then like have like a little bit of a pause where like the laughter would happen. And you sometimes like his dog is barking in the background, and then like at one point his phone rings. So, and it's just Norm, and he talks a little bit about like his life and things, but doesn't get too deep into any of it. And then that's it. It's like 45 minutes or 50 minutes of like him on a recorded Zoom call telling jokes to the ether. And then there's like probably a half hour after that of some of his friends in the comedy world sitting together on like in like a room after they had just watched it for the first time, and they all just talk about Norm and you know, the special and everything about it. So it was David Letterman, Dave Chappelle, Molly Shannon, Conan O'Brien, Adam Sandler, and David Spade. Those are the six people kind of like sitting in the room talking about Norm and all that stuff. And I thought it was pretty good. It was, so the special itself, so David Letterman actually said this. So this isn't my original thought. I'm taking it from Letterman, but he said like what that was that it's not quite stand-up, right? Because he's recording himself by himself telling jokes, but it's something, right? Like it's not quite stand up, but it's something, and it's something that was halfway decent. And they all just kind of talked, and I think I liked the last half hour too, where it was like the six of them like telling stories about Norm and all kinds of crazy shit. And even how he changed when he got diagnosed with leukemia in 2011. didn't tell anybody for years. And then, so Molly Shannon was talking about when they went back for the 40th anniversary for SNL, which was in 2015. He like came up to her and like gave her a huge hug and goes, Molly, I love you. Like, I love you. Like, I think you're awesome. Like, thank you so much for everything that like you've done and all we've done together. And Molly's like, at the time I was like, Norm, what the fuck? Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you like talking to me like this? And she's like, well, now obviously I understand, because that was 4 years into his leukemia diagnosis and he didn't know when he was going to die. So I looked into his filmography or discography, I think you would say, for his specials. He released a special in 2017. So that was right. Like, that was towards the end of his life, right? He died in 2021. So that special he released in 2017, he knew he had leukemia, and I don't think he's still told anybody yet. So I think that was also part of those, like, he wanted to get something out there. So it's just a lot of stories at the end. But at first it's a little awkward, right? But also too, that's part of Norm Macdonald. So like, if you're a fan of Norm and you knew like his comedy and whatever, like, he enjoyed making people feel uncomfortable. So like the first like 10 minutes was like a little cringy, right? Because it's just Norm Macdonald holding a microphone, talking to a computer, and like, making jokes, doing stand-up comedy for no one. But yeah, you get through it and then it's fine. But like I said, it's not like this secret special that he taped in front of an audience that everyone's like, oh, we got it. Or Netflix was like, oh, we got our hands on it. Like, we're going to put it out. Like, no, it was literally just him at his house in, the middle of 2020. So, I don't know. It's if you're a Norm Macdonald fan, I think it's worth a watch. But if you're not into comedy and you're particularly not into Norm Macdonald, then I guess I don't know why you would watch it anyway. But I would say don't waste your time. Like, if you're just like a casual comedy person, don't waste your time, because you're probably not going to like it.
I'm probably going to skip it. I'd rather just remember Norm Macdonald for the things I liked him in.
Yeah, the other thing too that was really sad was he didn't look good. Like, he looked like he had cancer, right? Like, he was wearing a hat, but you can tell he had no hair.
Yep.
So it was like, fuck, man. But if anything, like, I would even say too, if you didn't want to watch like the special, just fast forward like through the first 45 minutes and then just watch the people talking at the end for the last half hour. Because I think that was pretty cool, because it was 6 people that knew Norm throughout his life just telling stories about Norm. So I thought that was for me, that was the best part. So
what's it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I also saw too, when I was like kind of flipping through Netflix, that they did one last roast of Bob Saget, like, now that he's dead. So it was like a blend of a roast plus a like tribute, right? So they call it a tribute to Bob Saget, but then, you flip through Netflix, it gives you like the 1 minute like preview of clips and whatever. They're roasting him still, like, even like, but that, again, if you know Bob Saget, he was big into the roast scene, and Jeff Ross is hosting it, who's like,
so
the guy,
roast master.
Yeah, he is the roast master. So it's pretty cool. I'm probably going to end up watching that at some point. Just because I think it'll be funny.
I say it sucks because you got no Saget, no Gottfried, no Macdonald, because Gilbert Gottfried was great in the fucking Comedy Central roast. So he
Oh
was
yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. 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 The roast business took a huge hit. And now it's literally just Jeff Ross. Like that's it.
It could, you know what though? That's a little because like Anthony Jeselnik was on a couple.
He's great. I mean, he's just amazing in and of himself.
I don't know how Whitney Cummings was, but she was on a couple.
She's fine. Yeah.
Like you could have the roasts again. It's just I just don't think they're very popular.
Yeah.
And even like I think Michaela watched something. It was like some like Jonas Brothers thing, which was like kind of like a roast, but it's like
yeah, I watched that with Amy because
yeah, so it's like
it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what I was watching because I didn't know who any of these people are.
I didn't know any of them. Like I obviously know who the Jonas Brothers are, but like I didn't know any of their wives or like any of the other people.
Yeah. And then like the promise ring thing, I'm like, I didn't get that, even though I'm sure that was like a thing back in the day, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like you're more likely to have something like that. But not like a roast of a comedian, a roast of like, I know Comedy Central did it too. It's like, cause they roasted Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Did they roast Trump?
They might have.
But it's like, usually it's like, it would be like the comedy scene, but like, I don't think in 2022 you would have say like Jeff Ross, Anthony Jeselnik, Whitney Cummings, like Jim Jeffries, and like people like that. Like, I don't think people would watch that.
Yeah. Probably not.
Like, I don't think.
I mean, I would, but I don't know.
But I also named
Charlie Sheen roast. That was pretty good.
Remember when The Situation was on one of them?
Yeah.
And he was awful. Like awful. Like they ended up just started crushing him harder than anybody else.
Yeah. Oh wow. So the Bob Saget roast was Gilbert Gottfried was on it. Norm Macdonald was on it. So they're all dead. Greg Giraldo was on it. He's dead. Cloris Leachman, is she dead? If she's not, she's
wasn't she like 1,000 years old?
She's like 1,000 years old. She might be dead. That's crazy. How many people are dead?
Oh yeah, she died last year.
Okay. So of all of the people that roasted Bob Saget, like they're all dead.
So the next year's death pool, we have to it's all remaining roasters.
Yeah.
From the Bob Saget roast.
Yeah, John Lovitz. So who's left? John Lovitz, Jim Norton. I don't know who Brian Posen is. Sarah Silverman, Tony Besson, don't know who that is. Yuval David, don't know who that is. But, and obviously Jeff Ross, but yeah. So I forget how we got there, but
Norm.
I was just talking about Norm. There's another thing I saw too. I feel like Netflix is going pretty hard on the comedy scene because I also saw this other thing called The Hall. And it's I was just on my phone. I should have looked it up. It is, hold on, let me see how quickly I can pull this up here. It's a way to honor George Carlin, Robin Williams, Joan Rivers, and Richard Pryor. So it's like I don't necessarily know if it's like a roast, but it's in honor of those comedians. And it is, who's on it? I saw, okay, so it's John Mulaney, Jon Stewart, Dave Chappelle, Chelsea Handler. and it looks like maybe Jeff Ross. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like an induction ceremony into like the Comedy Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know if that exists. But like I said, I also saw that on Netflix. So I'll probably be checking that out too at some point. Also, Bill Burr just came out with a new special. I saw. That's what I mean. Like, I think Netflix is diving pretty deep into the comedy world right now, which is good, right? Because there's like no comedy that's left anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
it's in the stand-up form. It's not in like the feature film form. But either way, like, I'll take what I can get. Like, I love comedy shit. Like if I want to watch a really good comedy movie, I have to go all the way back to Step Brothers in 2008. You know what I mean? Like, that was fucking almost 20 years ago. Was it like 15 years ago or something?
I don't even know, but I was gonna say, like, especially now, like, I think a Netflix special is probably like just the pinnacle of it all at this rate.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, because like some of the Comedy Central stuff got goofy. Like,
Yeah.
like the famous Jimo quote is, we would go out, like in high school, we'd go out, fucking get fucked up, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, then I just go home, put on Comedy Central and not laugh.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was funny because the Friday night comedy wasn't very good.
No.
And it was always on. So I think now your best bet is a Netflix special. Like, that's probably the pinnacle of comedy at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to go to Hulu for comedy. You're not going to go to, like, it's Netflix. Netflix is the one.
Right. Right. Oh, dude, what do you mean? Crackle is there. That's what Crackle's for.
What the fuck is Crackle?
They're like the comedy app, I think. I've never once gone on it. So, or if I have, it was by mistake. I hit the wrong button. All right. So speaking of like comedy kind of ish, have you seen or heard of the Joe Biden thing when he was going on Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
All right.
Why the fuck would he go on Jimmy Kimmel?
Exactly.
Why would they let him go on Jimmy? Like, what? Okay, I'm confused.
Also, exactly. So
we pay all these people in the government, and there's no one to sit there and go, hey, maybe Jimmy Kimmel isn't a good idea, guy.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we shouldn't let the guy with dementia go on the fucking late night TV show.
Now, I'm sure Jimmy Kimmel would probably fucking use kid gloves, but
yeah, well, he certainly did. I'm trying to find the clips. And obviously now I don't know where, you know what I mean? Like, would it be Jerry News potentially? No. I need to find like some right-wing person that posted it to shit on him. Did Drinking Bros do it? I don't see anything on there. So I'm gonna keep trying to find the clip as I talk, so bear with me. But he went on and it literally like had no fucking clue what he was saying. He was rambling about dumb shit. Oh, is this something?
Everything gets sensationalized in ways that, but I'm convinced we can get through this. We have to get through it. One of the things, look, I'm going to take a break and then we'll talk.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this isn't the full clip, but I'm gonna play this part for you.
So instead of asking a question, anyway, it just everything gets sensationalized in ways that, but I'm convinced we can get through this. We have to get through it. And one of the things, look,
I'm going to take a break and then we'll talk a little bit more.
I
If you
don't
don't mind,
blame you.
I'm sorry.
So
why did he cut him off?
because he was just not making sense. So that was a shorter clip. The longer clip is he asked him a question about something, and Biden goes, well, I mean, there's the whole thing. And then he says something, and then Jimmy Kimmel kind of like finishes his sentence for him.
Oh, God.
And then Biden goes, well, yeah. And then, like everything gets sensationalized, like what he just said in that clip. And then he like stammers through it. And Jimmy Kimmel goes, we're going to take a break. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then they go to break. And it's like, holy shit, that was fucking terrible. It's absolutely grotesque, right? Like this guy is not the president, right? Like he's the president, but he's not the president.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is what people wanted, right?
Yeah, orange man bad.
Hey, he tweets mean things.
Yeah. So I got this from Eric. Shout out to Eric, friend of the show. He was going to try and come on tonight, but he couldn't make it. So he's maybe he'll be able to make it on Tuesday. But he goes, oh, so this is a little bit different. But then there was the other thing about Matthew McConaughey speaking at the White House. Did you hear anything about that?
I mean, I heard that he did, but I don't understand why. I also don't care.
So it was about like gun rights.
Yeah. Why? So why was he? So why him?
Exactly. Again, so Matthew McConaughey gives this speech. Who I really like Matthew McConaughey, but like, hey man,
why is he speaking at the White? What did you say was at the Capitol?
At the White House, from the White House.
The White House. Okay.
Matthew
why
McConaughey,
was he speaking at the White House about fucking gun control?
Because oh shit, are we still going?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I just got a little.
It says recording up in the top left.
All right, cool. I just got a thing that says you've been signed out because your account is signed in from another device.
Yeah, I mean, it still says recording and I'm still here.
All right. Well, I'm not going to click anything, and hopefully nothing bad happens. So anyway, it was after the Uvalde shooting. Because I guess Matthew McConaughey is actually from Uvalde, Texas. So he went to the White House to give this whole big speech. And then he spends like however much time like giving this speech. But then what he does is like 75% of it, he's like telling a story about like one of the kids there, that like the only way they could identify who he was by his green Converse shoes that he was wearing. And someone who was there was holding the green Converse sneakers. And it was like this whole big thing, whatever. So everyone's essentially shitting all over Matthew McConaughey, because then people were like, oh, really? There was no one was there to take dental records, right? Or like no one was there to take fingerprints. Like the only way they could identify him was because he was wearing green Converse sneakers. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's only forensic fucking specialists.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, what kind of shoes was he wearing? Oh, okay. Nope, I'm done here.
Yeah. So they go through the whole thing, and then at the end of it, he like calls for like more gun laws or whatever. So this is the text I got from Eric, that I'm going to quote him on it because he said that I could. He goes, the White House has to roll out Matthew. He said freaking, but I'm going to change it to fucking.
Yeah, this is not we don't use words like that on this show.
Yeah. The White House has to roll out Matthew fucking McConaughey to speak to the nation instead of Joe Biden, who's too busy making a fool of himself on Jimmy Kimmel than ever speaking to the country or even the press. This is who you picked, America. Good job. To which I say, yes, bravo, Eric. You nailed it. That is exactly what's going on. We can't fucking let this guy do anything, and we'll try and like sneak him out on like the Late Show with Jimmy Kimmel, and he can't even do that. He can't make it through a segment on a late night talk show without looking like a fucking buffoon and looking like someone, honestly, that has full blown dementia.
I can't believe they let him go.
Yeah. No one at the White House was like, hey, maybe we should cancel the
Maybe
whole
we
Kimmel
shouldn't do
thing.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to talk to Kamala instead?
Politely decline.
The funny thing is, no one.
I don't
wants
think that.
to
I don't.
Kamala.
No one wants to talk to her.
No, because she's just as bad. She doesn't have dementia, so she doesn't.
but no
have
one
an
likes her.
excuse. Right? She doesn't have an excuse. Biden has an excuse, right? He's old and has
he's too
dementia.
old.
Yeah, she just sucks. Like she just can't talk. So it's bad, man. It's shitty. It's really shitty. So
Just sorry, still blaming Putin for inflation.
yeah. Well, that's the big thing today or yesterday. It just came out officially. The national average for gas price hit $5.
That's what it is right now, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's like right around $5 in Massachusetts, but I mean, across the country, the average has hit $5. And he went out and said, yeah, well, all this means is that the Putin price hike is really hitting us hard. And it's like, you're blaming Putin for the gas prices. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all Putin's fault.
Yeah. Who you're gonna blame for the fucking, I don't know, illegal immigration problem or a terrorist problem? You're like,
No, there is no problem.
Like pick one, right? Like just pick any problem. Well, that's someone else. It's not me.
Not my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault, guy. That's what the president is.
Yeah. Now, my favorite thing too is when
Must really resonate with the young people.
Yeah. Well, he does. Apparently.
Not my fault.
My favorite thing too is when people try and defend him and be like, imagine thinking that like the president actually has anything to do with gas prices. And it's like, well, most often I would agree with that sentiment, but like we have facts that show he canceled 2 contracts of 2 pipelines that were already going, right? Like they were producing oil. We talked about it on the show. There was one in Alaska and one in the Gulf of Mexico. 2 pipelines had contracts with the US government to produce oil. And he just either canceled them or let them expire and didn't renew them. Whatever it was just like, nah, not going to do that. And then there's the whole, what's it called? The Nord Stream 2 pipeline or something like that. I don't know. Trump was trying to build some fucking oil pipeline in like South Dakota or some bullshit like that. And as soon as Biden got into office, he nixed it. And Trump was like, well, I bet you we would have been really, really happy if we had that pipeline open by now. But it's like, yes, right? Like, how often does the president directly impact the price of gas? Not that often. But when you effectively let 2 contracts or 2 oil production companies expire and don't renew them, and that's your job, like, well, now you got a hand in it, right? Like you can't skirt that now. You can't be like, well, it's not the president. It's like, well, then who is it? Like who was supposed to sign?
I'm sorry, it's Putin. I forgot.
Yeah. Putin was supposed to come over to America and sign the contract. He was supposed to sign the contract for Biden. Yeah. And everyone's like, well, yeah, I mean, gas prices are high across the entire globe. It's like, okay. Like, cool.
They don't have to be.
They don't have to be. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like they don't have to be. So people are just fucking cunts. But the LIV Tour is blood money. But we do, we definitely don't get oil from the Middle East, right?
Nope.
Yeah. I'm curious, actually. I'm going to Google that. What percent of US oil comes from Middle East? How much oil do we import from the Middle East? That's the first thing that pops up. So this doesn't give percentages, but in 2018, we imported 12.3 million barrels per day from Saudi Arabia. So roughly 12.5 million barrels of oil a day from Saudi Arabia, just under 5 million from Iran, also just under 5 million from Iraq.
These are all great places.
4 million. Now remember, these are barrels per day. So in 1 week, we import what, 85 million barrels from Saudi Arabia. Like, that's fucking wild. So 4 million from the UAE, 3 million barrels per day from Kuwait, and 2 million barrels per day from Qatar.
Great places.
So, yeah. The US, so for reference, the US oil production, now this is all in 2018. So this was all under Trump. The US oil production was 15.3 million barrels per day.
So a little bit. So take like Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, and that was the same ish.
Yeah. Yep. Just about.
That's cool.
Yeah. But now I'd be curious to see what we produce now. Like, because I'm almost 100% positive that we do not produce over 15 million barrels per day on our own. Also, that's a lot of fucking oil.
I mean, it sounds like a lot.
Like we're importing, right? So what is that? 12 and 5 is 22 and 4, 26. 20. We're importing roughly 30 million barrels per day. Again, this is in 2018, and producing 15. So we are, I don't know if we're necessarily consuming it, but I'll say like we're utilizing 45 million barrels of oil
a day
as a country.
Sounds like a lot.
That sounds like a shit ton.
I mean, I don't know much about oil, but
no,
sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, just so we got a potential last minute guest to jump on. Spencer's trying to get on right now. He's texting me.
Is that why the fucking account's all fucked up?
Yeah. He was like, "Hey, are you in this?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Oh, okay, hold on, send me the link." So I don't know, how do I can just invite, right? I just click invite. I gotta send it to
Isn't this the running joke though? He has the link but keeps asking you for it.
Yeah, because he's an asshole. Like, he can send the link to himself. I don't even know. Podcast. What a shitty email. The email is podcast@realitytonic.com.
Well, when he becomes a media conglomerate, he'll have different emails for different sex.
Yeah.
Segments.
He actually has a really interesting guest coming on tonight that I'm super excited for him to talk about who it is. Someone who's TikTok famous, but not for any real reason. So we'll see if he jumps on in the next couple minutes. Let me text him. Sent it. Get on. Yeah, because he had texted me before and was like, "Oh, I got this guy coming on." I'll wait for him to tell you more about it, but it's fucking hilarious. I'll allude to it. He's a vampire rocker. So he's a
vampire rocker.
Yeah, rocker is in like rock and roll.
Yeah,
rocker.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a vampire version of John Rocker.
Yeah.
Imagine that, a fucking racist relief pitcher vampire.
Not to be confused with Joe Cocker.
I don't know who the
from
fuck who the fuck is Joe Cocker?
Joe Cochran. I don't know. Was he in the band?
Dude, I do not know
Or
who
is
this
that-
person is or what you're talking about.
Yeah, Joe Cocker. He was an English singer. What was he? Was he in any? He wasn't in any bands, but he was just a singer. I don't know. He's a singer.
So he's just a random guy.
Yeah.
Cool. Credit to him.
Yeah. Oh, he wrote with a little help, or he sang with a little help from my friends. His first album featured a recording of the Beatles with a little help from my friends. That's how he like became famous, apparently. Oh my God, he is a fucking dumb fuck. He goes, try reality tonic podcast at gmail.com. So he doesn't know his own email. This is wonderful. Imagine, like, how do you coordinate getting your guests? Like, do you send your guests the wrong email when you try and get them to like come on?
Well, I mean, I imagine he probably gets their email, then signs in and
Yeah.
sends it. I don't know. It seems a little chaotic.
Yeah.
Chaos at realitytonic.com.
Also, that's dumb to pay for your own domain.
Sometimes you get one for domain or email.
Same thing, like email domain, like at your thing.
Sometimes you get a free one.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Maybe if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the.
Looks like he's
screens
working
here.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me work on it.
Yeah.
Check out this background, bro. Am I officially a streamer, Twitch gamer, creator? Like what? I even got a gaming chair. I would have bought this for like $200, but I got it for $10 on the app called Nextdoor. Some lady, it had tags on it and everything.
Really?
I hate video games, but this is wicked comfortable. Like, what chair do you know does this? For the folks at home, I'm going to recline. Like, hello? Like, really? Like, hello? $10, bro.
What is this app? This Nextdoor app?
Nextdoor, you got to get it. You guys both have houses, right? Like, this is the real deal. You can narrow it down. The only way you can get on is if you get invited by somebody. But it's the only.
Oh, so it's like
it is you.
Fuck.
It is Jared Mello.
It's like Clubhouse.
Yeah, I was saying, what
It's
was
like-
that social media platform that
It's
you
like
was
Clubhouse for eBay.
Yeah.
So what this does is you can narrow it down to just like your neighborhood, your street, and everything. And it's the typical shit like to the dirtbag whose dog pooped on my lawn, come pick it up. And then you get that one guy that's like, so much for a free country when blah blah blah, and then everybody just starts going, right? Even it's just supposed to be like.
So it's
hey,
like a Facebook group.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be, hey, what time's the parade in town? You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. So it turned into like just another thing. But it's sick. Like there's a for sale section and your boy creeps on it and look at me. I glow in the dark.
I
This
feel
whole
like
setup
it's
was
the same thing as Facebook Marketplace then.
Yeah, it is. It's just like a I guess yeah. I'm not on Facebook. I gotta get on that though because we're global now. I don't know if you know that. Reality Tonic is global.
Wow.
Because we had our guest,
Took you long
Romy
enough.
Bueller from Australia. She's an animal psychic. So you're going to have to check out that episode because she can talk to your animal, not even seeing your animal, not even knowing the age or anything like that. She prefers knowing the name, seeing a picture, and knowing the age. That's all she needs, though. She doesn't need to like actually look at your animal. She just talks to him.
So to be honest, right, I've
Go ahead.
listened to every single one of your episodes except for that one because I saw it was an animal psychic and it was over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have no desire to listen to someone who claims to be an animal psychic for 2 hours.
Yeah, actually, somebody from work that I'll let you know afterwards because I'm sure she wouldn't want to be on this. She's like, I'm going to be honest with you. That was a hard one to get through because the same thing. Number one, it was 2 hours long. And number two,
Yeah.
It was like, all right, this is getting a little ridiculous, but I think she's the real deal personally. So,
Animal holistic health coach. That's up next for me.
yep, that's what I'm saying. Try her out. Just break it up in pieces. You know what I mean? If you go to the
I like the Bigfoot guy.
I get a lot of good reviews on him. Yeah, and he's pretty normal, Charlie Raymond.
Yeah.
I did wanted to formally invite you guys because Reality Tonic, at some point in time, you just got to get a little funding from my wife. Probably should probably fund everything, including you guys going. We can actually go to the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Organization and actually do like a tour and stuff, an excursion. They have an inn. They have like a campground and stuff. So I figure like we'll get Gene and he'll cover it and. I'm serious. Would you guys be interested in going?
If your wife pays for it, I will 100% go.
What if the only thing you have to do is pay for the flights? I'll cover like the tour.
Yeah, I mean, how expensive can a flight to Kentucky be?
Well, I don't know. What part of Kentucky we have to get to?
I'm actually not sure, but I will tell you, somebody slid into my DMs like right when how we do like those little previews of like a little video there. This guy's like, hey, so and so here from, it was like Alabama or something. Really love what you guys do. Great content. I'm actually a Sasquatch researcher myself. Here's my info, blah blah blah. So like just on that episode, because that's a whole other fan base. That's a whole other world, right?
Oh
so
yeah.
I just got to get my SEOs intact and make that baby go viral. But yeah, he was sick. But Jared, I know we were talking. Am I hijacking your thing right now? Or
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I know we were talking. I have a very important interview today at 9 p.m. This guy's actually on Mountain Time, so it's that. I just like saying Mountain Time. So I think it'll be like
I think that's 2 hours behind.
2
us.
hours.
2 hours behind. Yes. He allegedly identifies as a vampire. Half of his head is shaved. The other half of the hair is down to the breastbone for sure. And he wears makeup and he has fangs. I think that's what you would call them.
Like Gangrel.
Yes, exactly. But like, I think this guy's cooler. I mean, Gangrel could beat the living piss out of this guy, but who couldn't he, right? But this man is from Salt Lake City. His name, there he is DL Mercury, from the lead singer of the band I Bleed Mercury. So just so what you find sounds kind of interesting right now, Bob, right? Like from what I told you, just a little bit.
Yeah, no, this one does sound better than the lady who talks to whatever the fuck.
The pet psychic.
Yeah, the pet psychic.
But wait, there's more. So not only is he in a band, okay, they've been together for 20 years. Again,
holy shit.
I Bleed Mercury. Holy shit, you figure a lot of content, right? They don't have a song out yet, but they're working on it. Apparently in the next 6 to I'm not an album, Bob, not like, oh man, some creative differences, one song. And when I talked to him, he said, Spencer, this is a 20-year project that we've been working on, and we just want to get it just right before we release it. Now, I found these guys on TikTok. They have 10,000 followers, right? And it's just him like talking to the thing. He has a bassist named Spides. Short, that's a spider, but they call him Spides. He's Deeds. And I heard him on Instagram Live yesterday. He says they are almost done. They just need to record the bass, the guitar, and the drums, right? And then but he says that. So, I mean, I'm excited about it, but there's a lot to learn from it. And he has a fan base. This guy does video shout outs to people. It's called The Coven. That's like their
people.
They're people, right? He's not juggalos like us, but he's these are the Coven. So they're all like, oh my gosh, can you give me a shout out? Can you give me a video shout out? So of course I join the email list. I get an email shortly after everybody's blowing up his stuff. He's like, due to the overwhelming request for video shout outs, we're going to have to suspend them at this time. So I mean, they must have got a lot, or they just don't know how to manage their time. But for 10,000 followers and not one song, Bob.
Okay, so I guess that's, without getting too far into it, they've been a band for 20 years. Yes. They don't have a song. So what do they do?
They just have nothing. They don't have a video. They just what we're doing now, they just go live on TikTok live and stuff, and they have a website you can go on, and ibleedmercury.com. There's nothing there. It's, you know, they'll do video shout outs and stuff, but they're getting there. So yesterday he says the ultimate goal is to produce a new song every 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, with the goal of actually having a full record out by next year, late next year or something like that. So they're almost done.
Do they play any music on any of their platforms?
No. And that was one of the things he had he's like, you know, I would love to come on the show, but I feel like we need to give the listeners something to grab onto. And I said, I think you're absolutely right. But what I find most interesting is you've been together for 20 years doing this exact same thing. They're an industrial cyberpunk vampire band, vampire metal. So I'm butchering it, but I know part of it.
I'm on the website right now.
All right. What's on it?
I Bleed Mercury. Industrial rock from Salt Lake City, cyberpunk vampire sex musics. Musics is spelled Musiks, by the way.
Yep.
Join the coven.
See, and that's all, you know, just as much as I know. Now, the exciting part is I'm going to interview him tonight in about 45 minutes. And, you know, and I'm Rob. He's gonna scare the shit out of Rob. You know, he's gonna be like, I don't have any questions.
But he's gonna ask a great question.
Oh, listen. So we're gonna air this one too. There's a kid. Did I send you those videos of the kid? With the Heelys. You know those guys?
Yeah.
So that guy, we're interviewing him. He has 10,000 followers on Instagram, 60,000 followers on TikTok, and I messaged him, and he was like, "Fuck yeah!" So. Long story short, with this dude, he just rides around in Heelys all day and does like sick tricks. And he's like, and I love bangers, like, because he does like a Hoobastank, Trust Company, Disturbed, like everything that like we would fucking love in the 6 or 7
early 2000s.
Yeah, but he's still in it, and he's hyped about it. He's like, yeah, like I just love that time. It was a really fun time. So, you know, I'll start ripping on my Heelys and I'll just wear my stuff. And that dude, that's our other interview coming up. I mean, that we just did that one on Tuesday. So we'll air these, we'll get them out there and stuff. And, you know, I think once, you know, we start growing a little bit and maybe we can have like a birthday party or something and have I Bleed Mercury perform. I mean, wouldn't that be sick?
They gotta write a song though.
It's so close, dude. And I don't want anybody making a joke out of this because I appreciate it. He literally told me, when I asked him to clarify, he says, Spencer, this is a 20-year project
Jesus
that we've
Christ.
And he also said yesterday, I've talked to Spider, right? Spide's the bassist. And he did make a joke. Deeds made a joke yesterday going, you know, and also Deeds needs to learn the bass tracks and actually record them. So maybe once he gets his act together. So I don't even think Spides. I don't even think Spides knows how to play the songs. So, I mean, from what I gathered yesterday, but it's going to be sick.
This is great. So
I
I'm
feel like
reading
I'm in
the
fucking
about,
Office Space. It's like, what
about
would
me.
you do here?
So wait, Jared, so far from what I've told you, am I pretty accurate? I mean, I'm not. This is what they have on their website, right?
Yeah. Well, no. This is what I'll read this to you because this is great. So in the beginning, 148-year-old Darkborn DL Mercury conceived I Bleed Mercury in 2003 as a way to channel his creative energies and love of heavy metal, electronic music, and the cyberpunk aesthetic into a unique musical creation. I Bleed Mercury finally began to take solid musical form when DL began recording demos in 2009 with his new partner, Mr. Spender. Spender creates the electronic backdrop that serves as the vital cybernetic foundation for I Bleed Mercury's music, which doesn't exist because there isn't any.
It's coming soon.
However, it would prove extremely difficult to find additional people with the same vision and commitment to make I Bleed Mercury happen. DL shelved the project in 2011. Then there's a little section down here that says The Rebirth. In mid-2021, DL finally decided I Bleed Mercury's music deserved a proper professional treatment and began giving it the commitment and attention it deserved. In early 2022, he reconnected with longtime friend and former bandmate Spides. who joined in on bass guitar and began writing the majority of I Bleed Mercury's lyrical content. Revamped and stronger than ever, I Bleed Mercury made an unexpectedly successful social media debut. People all over the world were falling in lust with this new cyberpunk vampire coven and the promise I Bleed Mercury would deliver to bring the catchiest and most sultry cyber metal ever created to the masses who were yearning for something new, satisfying an itch people didn't know they had. Vampiric, however you say that, rock and roll for the cyberpunk age.
It's a lot of hype to live up to, man.
That's their story.
That helps though, because it was a 10-year gap. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
So give them that.
Because I was like, I'm literally sitting here like, how are you a band for 20 years and you don't produce anything? Like that just seems impossible. Like
Somewhere
you would trip and
Spinal
fall
Tap
into
is
something
pissed.
somehow.
Yeah, listen, if friggin' Spies just got his act together, it sounds like they would have got this thing going.
Yeah, guy, sounds like he's dragging his feet.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always
For
the
sure.
fucking bassist.
I know, but they're cool dudes. I mean, they're just different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're vampires.
They're vampire. I mean, what are you going to do? You know?
He's going to love that you sit in the dark with a little, neon light behind you.
That's his setup too. I mean, his is like 9 different colors. He has contacts in and everything. And I talked to him on the phone. I go, hey, can you do, that thing you do with all the, he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, like you sit there, you get the lights and stuff and the fangs and all that shit. I literally said that on the phone. He's like, yeah, of course. Like I think that's just a regular day at the office, So, but are you guys we might have to pay to fly them out here with all their equipment and stuff like that. But would you be willing to have them perform at like an American Legion or something? Like a Knights of Columbus and Methuen or something like that.
I'll see if Sharon Country Club is available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. I was actually in your neck of the North Attleboro.
Yeah.
All right. You got a Dairy Queen over there. I saw that.
Yep.
You got, that's a nice town. What else did I see? Some cool stuff.
Did you go to the Fuck Joe Biden store?
No, that's where that is. I think I saw that.
It's right next to Dairy Queen.
I saw that. So this is where I thought it was sick. I saw that. I saw like an Army Navy store, like someplace that looked sick. I don't know if it was like.
So this goes to show about your, spatial awareness.
Yeah.
On that road, that corner, it goes the Dairy Queen, the Fuck Joe Biden store, or the Let's Go Brandon store, and then the Army surplus.
No.
It's like right in a row.
Oh,
so
man.
you saw both of them, and you didn't see the Let's Go Brandon store.
Oh no, I didn't see it. But yeah, I adopted I didn't adopt. We bought a kitten in North Attleboro at some lady's condo. I guess the thing came from Texas, then ended up in Connecticut, and then somehow ended up in North Attleboro. Jesus. And we paid $300 for it. And so I have a kitten now named Benson.
Where does Benson come from?
You guys like Law and Order?
Oh my God. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I'm married. I sit on the couch and watch Law and Order, and
now you have a cat.
And now I have a cat and I have a kitten. So I got a cat, a kitten, and a dog.
Yeah. You guys got a farm going.
I heard someone can get into those all those pets and find out what they're really thinking about you.
That's right. Now happy you brought that up, because I did make a deal with Bethany, my wife. I said, listen, before we get the kitten, can I please reach out to Rami Bueller? And Bethany, it boggled my mind. She's like, sure. Like she was going to take it into consideration. So, I mean, it's long. I don't want to read it on this, but she sent me a whole thing. She hasn't talked to my dog yet, but she's talked to my cat. And one of the quotes that she said the cat, because she gave me the whole transcript, right? And it's like, one of the quotes was like, well, at this point, why doesn't she just have a whole rescue center? Apparently that's what my cat said to Rami about my wife getting another kitten. So like just being a wise guy, but she gave me the whole thing. And then I didn't hear from her for like, it's been 2 days now. And then I just got a DM. I didn't forget about your dog, Henry. I've just been really busy right now. So she can talk to, my cat. She can't talk to my dog right now, but she's awesome.
I feel like this is going to be like the John Edwards episode of fucking South Park, where he like speaks to all the people in the audience. So I hear Paul. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, and this is another thing too. So here at Reality Tonic, we don't make any money, but we want to spend money, right? We just want to spend money. I can get Rob enrolled in a school that Rami went to because we all have intuition, right? But this is something that anybody can learn, Rami says, and we can even keep going on to people and stuff like that. So, you know, again, hopefully with my wife or maybe you guys, you can all pitch in. We're going to sponsor Rob to go to Animal Intuition School and become a holistic healer himself. Can you imagine that? I'm seeing that your dog is just like really irritating right now. Like, but, I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? Imagine that $150 for a consultation from Rob. Yeah, I think your dog's lost. I don't know, because she can find lost animals too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What's a record there? Like, I need to know like a batting average.
Ooh.
Like,
I don't even know if I asked her. That was a long interview. She loved it because it's fucking. But shout out to Rami Bueller. Check out her stuff. Holistic Animal Health Coach on Instagram. Sick. She's sick. She was awesome. A lot of fun.
what is the fucking Bigfoot guy do? Like, did you ever ask him like what his full-time job is?
I no, because I was scared of him. Because like he was like I was like I didn't want to. He was already on edge. I felt like at the beginning of the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to scare him. I do know that he has. I know him and his wife have like an inn or like, you know, like a little hotel thing or whatever. But I think they do the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Center on top of that. But I know he mentioned he has a boss too in the episode, so I'm not sure. I was too scared. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll DM him and ask.
Because he mentioned it a couple times in the episode, like, oh, you know, I do have a full-time job, and he said the Bigfoot stuff only takes up like 25% of his time.
Yep.
And I was like, what the fuck does this guy do? Like, what is his real job?
I don't know. I know his wife's a
Imagine
cop.
he's like a fucking accountant.
I know, right? I know.
It'll be nothing special. Like
I know.
you had the wrestler and she just like works in a call center.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting for an answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's always kind of normal.
You should ask DL Mercury what his full-time job is.
So he tells me he's working like 18 hours. He's like, I got a DM from him. Hi Spencer, it's DL, like a voice thing. And he's like, you know, it's DL from I Bleed Mercury. That's how he identifies himself. And I'm just kidding about that. But he said that he's just coming off of a 32-hour work day, or like something crazy. Like he's been up and working for 32 hours straight or something like that. He was just
Imagine he's a firefighter.
I know.
Imagine that shows up.
You're safe. He just sits there. No, he's like, come to me.
Give me your hand.
Oh man. It's like, DL, where you going? It's not safe to go up there. He's like, no problem. Just climbs up the ladder, does his thing.
Yeah.
All of his fellow coward firefighters are just watching him.
Yeah. Can't die if you're already dead, man.
That's right. I've been dead for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
You know? He's a vampire. So I'm gonna figure out if he really thinks he's a vampire, or if all this is just like a hype and stuff. And
Yeah.
Well, according to his website, he was 148 years old in 2003.
oh my god, quick math, bub. So that's 20 years, right? 48, 168. Is that right? 20 years. This is a 20-year
Yeah, he's
project.
like 167.
All right.
So you got to ask him, like,
What have you been doing for 100
what was what was the? No, here's a good one to ask him. What was the? Can you draw any parallels between the sentiment today and racism of today
my
versus in the late 1800s with the Irish and the Italians when they came over? Because is it because it's similar? Is it different? Because, you know, they were all put in ghettos and you know, just can you clarify that picture for me? Because you talk to people today and the racism's the worst it's ever been, but in the late 1800s, like, it was pretty fucking bad. Like,
he would know.
yeah.
if the math is correct, he would know. So I don't know, man. I'm very excited
I'm
about
gonna
it.
have Rob ask that question.
Oh yeah, please.
So then he can be like, that's a great question.
Yeah, I know. You know what? That's the best question I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm like, nah. But no, I'm excited about this interview. Probably the most excited I've been on one. But yeah, I appreciate you being transparent and not listening to Rami Bueller. But please do. And check it out.
She's next in my queue.
Yeah, that's
on
it's like the Titanic on the VHS. It's 2 tapes. You know what I mean? You just gotta find a day.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take me like, you know, 3 days, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. And then I would like your feedback. So, but you guys look good, very healthy. You both look the way you're supposed to look. You know, does that make sense? Like, you know,
I'm coming off a fucking wedding weekend, so
no, you look good. But you know our friend Kevin from work?
Yeah.
He finally looks the way he's supposed to look.
Has he lost a little bit of weight?
No. Heavier than ever. But his hair, the lineup is exactly the way it needs to be. Yeah. Other than that, nothing's changed.
Does he still work there?
Oh, yeah, of course. You see this right here?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Monster season?
Yeah, for folks at home, that is a record. Monster season. Our mutual friend Scott and Rob, and there's another guy, Fax One. I think they call him.
Scott's a friend of the show. He's been on. He was on a long time ago.
Oh yeah, so you guys know the viewers, and listeners know Scott. Yeah, so that's his new album. I think they're called OVM. Check it out on YouTube. It's like 7 tracks. It's pretty sick.
Wow.
And right next to that is Davian, the Chaotic Wrestling World Wrestler of the Year 2021. There she is. Episode 8, if you're interested, Bob. If you have time.
I listened to her.
Yeah.
I just told you she worked at the fucking call center.
Yeah,
I get the details.
You're very smart. I always like that about you.
I just remember dumb shit.
This is not dumb, bro. See, now you just insulted me.
No, because out of the whole episode, what was the number one thing I remembered? Is her
works at a call center out of all places.
Yeah.
not that she was not. I would say not that she was, wrestler of the year and whatever else.
And she broke her jaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that she lives in a house full of wrestlers.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I took Gene. So Gene's officially my camera guy. I took him into Boston because my friend Janelle Draper, shout out to Janelle Draper. She's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, she's been on the show. I listened to that one.
That's right. So she actually just played at the Wilbur Theater again with 2 other comics. And Wilbur's actually small. It's about 1,000 seats. And they were able to sell like between 700 and 800 seats all independently, which is a huge deal because they didn't have any booking agents or anything like that. Like they just did it on their own. So I took Gene with me to cover that entire story. So we went backstage. So picture Gene at the Wilbur Theater, right? And this comedian, Janelle, she's pretty vulgar, right? So like within the first 5 minutes, she comes out on stage and there's this guy just sitting in the front. She goes, "Hey, wow, look at you. I'd sit on your face." And I just, right, crowd's laughing. And I look at Gene and he's just like shaking his head and like twitching, because Gene's a full-blown Christian.
Oh yeah. Spencer.
Yeah. Spencer,
you didn't tell me this was going to happen.
I go, "Do you like her?" He goes, "She's good. I could just do without the vulgarity." You know what I mean? So then we go backstage and she goes, again, obviously she's joking. She looks at Gene, and of course, the first thing that comes out of my mouth, I'm like, "Hey, this is Gene. He's a Christian," because that's what I do. And she goes, "Oh, you're a Christian? Oh, I don't fuck Christians." Like just like that. And he's just like, because he has like this, he's just shaking his head, and he has this camera thing, and he's just looking like, "What am I doing here?" But yeah, I pay him, so I'm not a scumbag. I just take him out. We go out and sin, baby. I take Gene out to sin. So we get a lot of good content. We're gonna shoot like a little documentary kind of thingy, right? We want to like branch out a little bit. It's just I wish I could just get Gene to do this for free. People just get selfish,
I feel like Gene somewhat reminds me of have you ever watched The Punisher on Netflix with John Bernthal?
No.
It's really great. So in the second season, there's this guy who is a Christian. He's a reformed Christian.
Yep.
But in his previous life, now obviously this is very different from Gene, but in his previous life, I think he was like a neo-Nazi or something, and like was involved in like gangs and like murdered like hundreds of people and all this shit. But he like gave all that up, became a Christian, and then gets tangled in with all the shit of the Punisher, and like all that whole story doesn't matter. But like, I feel like Gene reminds me a little bit of that guy, where like he used to be into like some serious shit, and like now he's like just like this Christian that.
Well, I don't know if you remember hearing on my podcast, he got shot outside of the Wilbur Theater. Not shot at.
He got shot at
outside of the Wilbur Theater, which is where I made him come and and I didn't put it together until after. I mean, I wasn't drunk or anything, but like I had 2 beers, right, throughout the night, throughout like a 4-hour night, and Gene was like, "Are you all right, man? Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." But the reason why I think he asked was because we stayed out. There was like a little after party thing for the show.
Yeah.
I kept Gene out till about like 2:30 in the morning in Boston, right? And we're walking out to the garage, and I'm just yelling obscenities. Like I'm just like, yeah, reality tonic, fuck, like whatever. And Gene's just with me. He's like, "Yo, man, you might want to lay low." And I'm not putting it together that Gene gets shot at, like where I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, just having a blast. But I take him very seriously, and he's coming along this ride with me. But I will share Gene with you guys if you need some camera stuff. How's Mello doing? How's Mello? What's Mello up to? Oh, he still has a podcast? I'm like, he's had a podcast forever. Nothing's changed. I told you this 2 weeks ago. But it's hard for him to retain info sometimes.
He would be fun to get on. We should.
You got to get him on. I asked him before. He would love to get on.
Yeah.
And, he answers questions. He doesn't care.
Yeah. He's great.
What did you guys were gonna have a guest today?
Well, one of our buddies was going to come on, but he couldn't make it today. So I think he rescheduled for Tuesday.
So then you get yourself a celebrity here sipping on that reality tonic right now. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that private label soda.
I know. That's right. I found a really good t-shirt deal on Instagram. I want to see if it's legit or not, but 100 t-shirts, $3.99. So $3.99 each for 100. So it's $400 for 100 t-shirts.
But then you have to hold on to 100 t-shirts.
I'm not looking. Well, first of all, I don't know about you, but mine will be flying out the door. Everybody's made it. But I just kind of want to buy them and hand them out. I got it like that, baby. That's what credit's for, Jared. You guys don't get it. What do you think a credit card is for, guys? Put it on the corporate account. I'm LLC in this thing soon. I got nothing else to do.
I told you I could get you a job with me now.
I just get nervous.
You actually get paid some real money.
Dude, I'm a streamer. Does it look like I need money?
Dude, he just talked about a $400 shirt deal like it was fucking nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's just silence from you guys. I'm hello, 100 of this, 400 is what it costs. Done deal. But yeah, I don't know. Listen, you got to find good deals out there. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. Because I did the t-shirt thing for a while. Like I did the apparel thing with my business that I had a while ago. And you have to stock the product. Like we actually sold it. So we didn't just give it away. But you got to hold on to it. Like I still have some somewhere, I think. Or I think I finally threw them away.
You were throwing some away. That's how long you were sitting on them for.
Yeah. It was from 2015.
You could have given all those to me, bro.
Yeah, you want some Iron RX crop tops?
That's what you gave me. You literally gave me. You gave me it was like a medium wife beater. A medium tank top thing, but you could see my nipples in it.
Yeah, no, we had like actual like women's crop tops.
Oh, you do?
Pink, yellow, blue.
Oh man, nothing I can do about that, bud.
Yeah,
but all right. Do you guys got any questions for me about anything? Why is my eye floating in the ether? Look at that. Oh. Is it bad?
You got a lazy eye, bro?
My thing floats, bro. Yeah, I can't. No, I'm fine. I just can't feel the left side of my face. I'm fine.
If it smells like toast, you're probably having a stroke.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I have a lazy eye. You never seen this floater before?
I can't say that I have.
Oh, you tell me I'm ugly enough. You compare me to who is it, Sloth or whatever? What's that guy's name?
Hey, you
got like that is. I look like that guy. You didn't know out of everything on that guy. You didn't notice his eye that is no longer.
One goes this way.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen. Wish me luck. If you don't hear from me after this, it's because I'm officially in the coven, and I can't be with mortals anymore. But
hey, really quick before we wrap this up, I got a question for you. Actually, like a real question.
I like grilling.
You like grilling?
You like grilling, do you? Did you see the thing that I'm going to put out?
No,
I'll send it to you. Every episode, I'm just like I throw them all. How do you think he's going to answer tonight when I ask him that?
Well, I mean,
He's
it-
probably
it
gonna
could go
say
one of
no.
two ways. It's either no,
He's
I
like
don't eat
raw.
food because I'm a vampire, or yes, I grill humans.
Yeah. Or he'll be like, no, I only drink blood.
Or he just hisses at me for a response. But no, scratch that. I like them. I'm excited. This is going to be great. Okay. Yes, I do like grilling. Why do you ask?
Because there's this really great company called grillyourassoff.com.
Go ahead.
And you could go there and use the promo code SarcasmPod to get 15% off every single time you check out. Now, you might be thinking, right? Like, oh, it's just a fucking website where you buy shit to cook with. No. This is better than that. They've got t-shirts, right? They've got hats. They got aprons. They got accoutrements, right? For all of your cooking needs. So for the lay folk out there that don't know what accoutrements are, those are the utensils that you actually cook with. So, you got your clickies, right? You got your clickies, you got your flippies, you got all the utensils you need when you're grilling. And they got it all. Grillyourassoff.com. They actually have the best fucking hot sauce I've had in a long time. I'm almost out. I got to buy more. And when I go to buy more, I'm going to use my own promo code because why the fuck not? And get 15% off, which is Sarcasm Pod at grillyourassoff.com. So there you go.
That sounds pretty darn good.
It's a great deal, right?
Actually just ordered a sweatshirt off of grillyourassoff.com. My wife did, and she also used a promo code, but it's a little bit different than yours. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so she did get a sweatshirt, came really fast. It's sick.
Are there sweatshirts next level too?
Are there sweatshirts next level?
It's a
brand.
It's a brand.
Oh, I don't know. I thought
because their t-shirts,
so cool.
Their t-shirts are next level. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, is it next level, bro?
Yeah, it sounded cool when you said it.
Their t-shirts are next level, which are like super like soft. Like they're the best shirts you can get. Like basically,
I put on their sweatshirt, and this is in all honesty, I was like, this is weird. It was like it was fitted, but it wasn't like it's a nice shirt. I will look to see if it's so good that it's actually next level. I'll look into that for you. But yeah, we're gonna shoot a little commercial thing for grillyourassoff.com. That's gonna be sick. And good promo. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
You got any questions, Bob? Since I'm just answering questions now.
Do you like to
gamble?
gamble?
I was gonna say, yeah. Are you a complete piece of shit, degenerate gambler?
Not yet. Soon.
Oh, okay, because if you ever want to, because Massachusetts still won't have sports betting.
Yes.
You can walk your ass over to mybookie.ag. The fine people of Antigua will take care of you. They'll take your money, no problem.
Okay.
And same promo code, Sarcasm Pod.
Love it. Love
double
to hear
your deposit.
It,
double your first deposit. They can't just be doubling deposits all the time.
Why not? Maybe they will. Ask.
Yeah,
all right,
ask.
boys. Well, I can't keep the vampire waiting, the vampire rock star waiting, but till we meet again.
Yeah. Enjoy.
All right. Jared, how long is this thing going to take you to save and blah, blah, blah?
We just got to wrap up. Do you have a final thought?
No, this is it.
All right. Because we'll just hit some final thoughts and we'll be done. We'll be out of here. We already did our ad reads. So.
All right. I got my thing at 9, so make it happen.
Yeah, we'll be done.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be good.
Take care, fellas. Be safe.
Right. Yeah.
Can't be good. Be careful.
You be safe tonight. Wear some fucking garlic to bed.
Excuse me, Spencer. Is that garlic in the background that I see? All right. Goodbye.
Bye. Always a great time.
So, final thought, short, sweet.
Yes.
I would like just everyone. I would just like to emphasize. I was gonna reiterate, and emphasize. Connecticut sucks. It's the worst the worst drivers ever in Connecticut. Don't know why. Don't know how. It's always a fucking disaster, like mess. And I would also like to tell New Jersey to go fuck themselves, because even being away from like New York, Newark, like all of that crap, like northern New Jersey, like away from it. Every fucking road is like Route 1, where it's like if you need to leave one way, you have to go away from your destination, get off an exit, make a loop around, get over here. It's a fucking mess. So whatever the fuck is going on in northern Jersey with their fucking roads and not being able to like travel anywhere without it being a fucking ordeal, fuck right off. I hope I never have to go to fucking New Jersey ever again.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Especially because you have to drive through Connecticut to get there.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Fucking Connecticut every fucking time, that place.
There's always
it's like
something.
it should never be that bad, and it's always awful. It's fucking insane.
Yep. You even went a different way, didn't you?
We took two ways. So one brought us the way there through Rhode Island into Connecticut, skipped the George Washington Bridge, all that crap, because we moved west and through White Plains, whatever, into northern New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then on the way home, we left probably through White Plains, all that crap again. But it took us like from Connecticut to the Mass border, like up in Charlton and all that crap.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like 84 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
385.
Dude, it was like 84, 87, 380,
yeah.
685. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I used to work out that way in like Charlton, Webster.
Yeah, we skipped Rhode Island on the way home. So I think we spent extra time in Connecticut, which is obviously great.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Another two awesome states.
Ugh.
New Jersey and Connecticut.
Fuck that.
Yeah. All right. Well, my final thought, also pretty quick. It's we talked about it earlier. Gas prices are fucking outrageous. The average in Massachusetts, I think, is at least $5, if not higher. However, I have discovered that, so Amy and I have a BJ's membership, and the BJ's gas station, the gas is fucking cheap. It is cheap as fuck. And by cheap as fuck, I mean it's $4.89. So
10 cents cheaper.
So for peasants, it's $4.89. If you have a BJ's membership, it's $4.79. And then because we shop there from time to time, and you spend as you spend money, and every time you go, I got an extra 20 cents off. So I paid $4.59 per gallon to fill up my truck today. And so it's $4.89 for, like I said, for regular people, $4.79 for members. I waited in a line at least 15 minutes, if not more. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 12. There were 12 stations. So there's 6 pumps, but there's 12 stations that they have, like 12 hoses that you can plug in. Packed. All of it is packed. Like there's a line like out onto Route 1 because the gas station's right on Route 1. Just because it was $4.89. Like, I don't know how many of those people were actual BJ's members. I would imagine a lot of them. But even still, like if you're just a peasant without a membership, it's $4.89. So that's, anywhere from 10 to 15 cents cheaper than anywhere else you're going to go. So then again, it's just more off, like the more if you have a membership, like I said, and how much money you spend and all that. So like I said, I ended up paying $4.59, but I waited in a line for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes just to fill up my truck today. And it's fucking wild. That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. That a gas station that has 12 hoses, right? 12 stations that you can fill up your car is so full that you have to wait 15 minutes to get to the point where you can put the hose in your gas tank. And the line of cars, which is it's a big parking lot too, right? Because it has 12 fucking stations. It's got 6 pumps. And the line from all of those 6 pumps is backed out onto Route 1. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that doesn't sound remotely worth saving 10 cents a gallon, but if you're going to actually save closer to 40,
yeah,
I'll give you that. Also, I would start to plan better, and I would be there probably at night. I'd probably go at one night to fill up.
Yeah.
Because that's insane. But
yeah,
like I'm not gonna go get a BJ's card just for gas. Like I'm not gonna do that.
No.
But there's also no BJ's near me or near work, so that doesn't make a lot of sense either.
Yeah.
Well, there might be. I don't know. I have no clue. But Yeah, this is all nuts. And what people will do, that's the thing is like, because at the Stop and Shop used to have a gas station, so you could save like real money.
Yeah.
People are not saving real money, but they're fucking going out of their minds. I'm like, that would not be worth $1 to me to fill up for 10 gallons to save 10 cents. That would not be worth it.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be worth it for 20 cents. Like, probably needs to be 40, 50, 30, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, I think I have like a 22-gallon gas tank. So even if I save 20 cents, that's $4.50.
Like, that's what I mean is like, that's not worth waiting in that line.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably burn fucking half a gallon just fucking waiting.
Yeah. And I mean, I know it does
that's
add
not
up, right?
hey, that's not true, but
Because if I have to fill my truck once or twice a week, call it, that's, $4, that's $8 potentially a week. That's $25 a month.
Like, it's, what does that come out to? 8 times 50 is 400
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it adds up in the long run, but
Yeah. But this, like, again, like I said, I would start planning ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we went to BJ. We went shopping at BJ's,
No, I mean,
and then afterwards where I was like, oh, I got to get gas anyway.
Yeah. Well,
So
now you know.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, fuck us. Fuck everybody. Gas is wicked expensive. We all suck. Hopefully vampires just kill us all. That would be great. Actually, maybe not, because then we'd live forever.
That sounds miserable. I was gonna say, I was almost about to say I could probably pull off a vampire lifestyle, except for the part where I have to live forever. That's an issue.
Yeah. All right. So we did our ad reads. So you can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. The website is sarcasmspeaks.com. Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks, all that stuff. Go to the store, buy some merch, do all that fun stuff. And until next time. Good night.